Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I'm returning to you this early afternoon for a album review, and I had to listen to this a few times twice to get a grasp on what I'm listening to with this record for the new Architects record, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between. That I got a chance to listen to for myself, see what I was going to think of this record overall. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 12 tracks, which is a almost 42-minute record, and let you know my thoughts on Architects' new album, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between. So let's dive into this album review. Now it starts with Elegy, is how you pronounce it, and that's how Sam Carter was singing it when I first heard it. Great song to start off the record. Starts off with a weird space atmospheric kind of vibe, and I really dig it for the most part. But it's a strong way to open the record. So, I think the screams from Sam Carter are outstanding. He just rips it with his screaming vocals, and just execution-wise, this track pulled it off for what it was going for. And give me a second, I gotta pause the video. Sorry about that, guys. My mom was coming in the house. Just had to make sure that she was doing what she was doing. But other than that, everything's okay. Don't worry. But still, Elegy is a 5 out of 5 to continue back where I left off. Whiplash was, I believe, the third single for this record. And give me a second, I gotta pause the video again. Sorry about that again, guys. It's just, I've been a little busy somewhat this morning, so you kind of get, and my mom kind of was talking to me for a second. So, to get back on track, Whiplash is a really good track from what I listened to. I really enjoyed Sam Carter's screaming potential in this track, and overall execution-wise, this track did very well. So, a good 5 out of 5 for this one. And as the third single for the record, I was really impressed with this song. Video's a little random, but basically anything that Architects puts out, they have like a censored and uncensored version for the Whiplash video, but other than that, it's still a strong track for how it sounds. I like Sam Carter's screaming potential, and the drum work and guitar work is amazing. 5 out of 5. Black Hole was my personal favorite track when it came out as the fourth single for this record. I thought this was going to be the last single before the album dropped, but apparently not. But other than that, it's a great song. I really like how it sounds. Sam Carter's screaming potential is quite outstanding. Even his death growl screams are really good at the end of the track. But the video is fucking amazing. Like, it's just like everything is getting sucked into a black hole, and like things are crashing, like semi trucks, buildings, all that kind of shit is like getting smacked around in the video. Even a helicopter was spinning around and crash landed into like some kind of area or whatever, in that where they were performing the song Black Hole. But other than that, the video was shot very well. It looked like a Steven Spielberg fucking film, but video wise, like for a song, music video wise. But other than that, Black Hole was a great track. Really enjoyed this track, and Sam Carter's screaming and his regular singing in it is really good in the chorus, so I really enjoyed this track. 5 out of 5. Everything Ends is the fifth single, to correct myself. Fifth single for the record, and it came out this past Monday, the 24th of February, right before the record comes out, which is coming out tonight at midnight. But other than that, it's a pretty good song. It's nice and melodic, and I really dig Sam Carter's vocals in this, and He has one scream part at the bridge part at the end of it that does pretty well, but overall, the track did pretty excellent, so a 5 out of 5. Brain Dead featuring House of Protection is still my favorite song, still a banger. It's very hardcore and of a track, and House of Protection did very well as the feature in this track. I think they mixed and produced this song pretty well too, so this track was really good from what I listened to, and it was a banger. It had some good screams from Sam Carter and such an energetic track right in your face, and definitely is something to jam out to. 5 out of 5. Evil Eyes, the regular song on the record, is a really strong song. I really enjoyed this one. Starts off great with Sam Carter's screaming potential with Evil Eyes, They're Watching Me. So, really enjoyed that. The chorus is where he shines with his vocals, and that's what I really enjoyed about Evil Eyes, the chorus. And some of the screams were good, but it's that climatic chorus. When that chorus comes in, it sounds really good, very strong, and I personally enjoyed that. 5 out of 5. Landmines is a pretty good song. I'd give this a 5 out of 5 too. Pretty much, it's not as good as Evil Eyes, but it's still strong in its own way. But overall, Sam Carter's vocals in this are pretty solid, and execution-wise, this track performed pretty well. 5 out of 5. Judgment Day featuring Amira Elfaki. Elfiki, I believe is how you pronounce it. Unless I pronounced it right the first time. I can't remember. I don't know. It's just I tend to mispronounce things sometimes, so if I did mispronounce it, my apologies. The feature artist wasn't a ride home about. Nothing to write home about. I didn't hate this song, but I think it's above decent. It's not a great track in any way, but it's not the worst thing on the record, but it is one of the weakest songs on the record, sadly. It's just the production in it is kind of all over the place. It's kind of an eye roller, like, they're going with this kind of track, I see. But it's nothing terrible, it's just a little above decent, and for a score, I'd give it a 4.25 out of 5. It's a little weak, but it's not terrible. Broken Mirror is a 4.75 out of 5. I do like Sam Carter's regular vocals in this. I think he did some screams, I don't know, but from what I listened to, it's a pretty good song in its own way and plays it safe. 4.75 out of 5. Curse is still a great track. Really enjoyed Sam Carter's screaming and his regular vocals in this. Sound very strong, so I'm really digging this track. And Jordan Fish produced this track very well, the ex Bring Me the Horizon member. So, really enjoyed this. It's a strong 5 out of 5. Sorry, my pen dropped for a second. But the next track, Seeing Red, was the first single. Curse was the second single. Seeing Red was the first. That came out in December of 2023. And pretty much, this one's a little on the nose, on the safe side, but it's got strong screaming potential. The problem with this track is the mixing, the choir chants, how it sounds overall. It's just not impressing me too much. I think it's a good track, but it's not one of the worst things I've heard. It's not as bad as Judgment Day, but still, it's one of those hit or miss tracks you can appreciate, but you can't really climb on board and be like, oh, this is a great track. It's got great screaming vocals, don't get me wrong. It's just some of the production in it is a little off-putting and just, it gets a little cringy at times. But not a bad song, it's just a little bit of a decline, so a 4.5 out of 5. Chandelier is my favorite track to end the record. Another personal favorite song to close out the record. Has some great atmospheric melody that I can really catch on and get on board with that I personally enjoyed. So I love this track, and Sam Carter's vocals in it are pretty nice and melodic for the most part. And then when you get to the ending to the track, he starts screaming, and it sounds great. But overall, this is a great epic outro to a solid record. So 5 out of 5. Overall, production, mixing, and execution wise, I think I can appreciate this record a little more than the classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit. I wouldn't say the classic Symptoms of a Broken Spirit was the worst thing I've heard, but I would say this is good. It's a step up in the right direction. I think there's a few songs that could have been worked on and tweaked a little more, like Judgment Day was probably the weakest. Seeing Red was, one of those on the nose kind of songs that you just don't know if you're gonna like. It's on the cringe side with some of the choir chants, with the "We're all you need, we'll make you royalty" chant kind of stuff. It's just that one is a little didn't like that kind of sound in the song. But Broken Mirror was a pretty good one, but still was a little weak of a song. So if I were to give Architects, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between its deserved score, I'm feeling an 8 out of 10 for this record. Good record. Not going to be on my best albums unless it grows on me. You never know. It's a good record for how it sounds. It plays it safe. For most of the tracks, they are very strong. It's just a few songs kind of took a nosedive and went on the deep end and just kind of fell flat in some areas of the record. But overall, this record has a really strong listen. It's not the worst listen, but it has quite a bit of good moments. But 3 of the songs kind of let me down a little, but not to the extent where they're terrible. They just brought the rating down a little exponentially. So 8 out of 10 for Architects, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between album. I hope you enjoyed this album review this almost going into afternoon time. It is afternoon, it's like early afternoon, but I just wanted to get this out here for you to let you know that this is the record I wanted to review. I think I got 1 or 2 more albums I want to check out for this Friday's releases, and then next Friday I'll have a little more records to review. It's just this year's music, it's been very slow for 2025 releases. It's not terrible music, it's just I only come back to a few albums that I really enjoy. But other than that, strong release from Architects. I mean, this could grow on me. You never know. But for now, 8 out of 10 for Architects, The Sky, the Earth, and All Between. Thank you for watching this album review this early afternoon.